times feels like living with a walking accident, waiting to happen. I love her, but I swear she has a special talent for getting herself into ridiculous and dangerous situations without even realizing it. The day she almost died is probably the best example of that. It started like a normal afternoon. I was just relaxing when I suddenly heard a loud crash from the kitchen. Not a normal little noise, one of those chaotic crashes that instantly tells you something has gone very wrong. You know the kind, something falls, something bangs into something else, and then everything goes quiet. So I went to check. When I walked into the kitchen, I saw my sister standing on a chair she had dragged over to the counter. Not only that, but she was leaning way over the counter trying to reach a glass jar on the top shelf. The chair she was standing on looked extremely unstable, wobbling every time she shifted her weight. I just stood there for a second watching the disaster slowly happen. She stretched her arm further. The chair creaked. She leaned even more. Then the chair leg slipped. Everything happened in about 2 seconds. The chair tilted, the jar started falling, and she completely lost her balance. She fell sideways as the chair crashed to the floor, and the jar shattered on the counter. For a moment, my heart stopped because she barely missed hitting the sharp edge of the counter. If she had landed just a little differently, she could have seriously hurt herself. Instead, she ended up sitting on the floor surrounded by broken glass and the fallen chair, looking completely confused. Then she just said, "Oops, oops." That was not an oops situation. She had nearly smashed her head open, and her reaction was like she had just spilled some water. While I was cleaning up the broken glass and making sure she wasn't hurt, she pointed at the shelf and asked if I could grab the jar she was trying to reach. The whole near disaster was just a small delay in her mind. That's the thing about younger siblings. They somehow cause chaos, survive it, and immediately go back to whatever they were trying to do like nothing happened. Later that same day, I caught her trying to climb onto the counter again, this time using a different chair like the first one had somehow been the problem. So now whenever I hear a random crash somewhere in the house, I automatically assume she's involved. And honestly, most of the time I'm right. Having a younger sister sometimes feels